Nat on Your Side is looking at where we are 1 year into the pandemic and how COVID is still changing aspects of everyday life. Teachers are still dealing with the effects of the pandemic, and it's changing how they teach. They've spent the past year learning new ways to teach students so that they can still learn at the highest level. Nat on Your Side's Caroline Boyer shows how schools in the East have evolved since the pandemic.
COVID-19 has changed many aspects of our lives. Education is one of those. Teachers and school employees have been on the front lines of the pandemic since the very beginning. And even though these halls are empty, educators are working overtime to continue teaching their students.
No one has been used to this. No one expected it.
As a superintendent, you're often trained in crisis management, disaster preparation, but you're usually thinking hurricane. You're usually thinking snowfalls.
But Beaufort County educators have had a lot more than inclement weather to worry about.
It's just trying to make something positive out of a negative situation, and the best part of it is learning.
Samantha Gerganis teaches 3rd grade at John Cotton Taylor Elementary. It's been a year of reaching her kids through a computer screen. But Gerganis is still going above and beyond for her students.
If that kid was at daycare and they couldn't get on or learn the lesson, I was like, well, you know, I'll see you at 7 o'clock, get on real quick, and I'd catch them up. And, you know, I'm not getting paid for that.
She doesn't care about the money.
I just want them to know at the end of the day I care about them and I love them.
Principals in the county worry about how the pandemic will affect students' progress.
Some children that have been remote, that have not logged on for their live lessons, it's going to take a long time for them to get caught up, and I think we'll see the effects of this for years to come.
But Beaufort County teachers are up to the challenge.
And we can't just say, well, they're always going to be far behind, but what are we going to do to make sure they're not far behind?
Ashley Shiosaki is an art teacher a few counties over at Green Central High School. Her colorful classroom is much less vibrant these days.
It's a really difficult thing to try to figure out how to do something that's so personal when you're not even in the same space.
Art is a hands-on subject.
A lot of the materials that we use in art aren't things that translate to things that you can do at home.
As much as these teachers never expected to work through a pandemic, students didn't expect to graduate during one either.
It's kind of hard to get excited about the next chapter coming up when you haven't even been able to close this one out like you're supposed to.
Meredith Beeman is a senior at Green Central High School.
You feel like you miss out on a lot of those big milestones and a lot of those memories.
Beeman says virtual classes have been difficult both academically.
I've talked to a lot of people who, you know, went from being A and B honor roll students to ultimately failing or having a really, really hard time.
And socially.
It's harder for me to hold a conversation because I've not been around people like I usually have.
COVID-19 revealed a lot of disparities in communities across the East.
We've provided hotspots to hundreds of kids to try to make those things possible, but in some of our rural areas, those don't even work.
13 students in our district do not have that broadband access or even access to technologies.
But educators agree good things came out of this pandemic, too.
I think relationships is number one.
Definitely relationships and support.
We've always been really tight, but we've really carried each other through this.
Educators are looking to the future.
I'm ready for the hallways to be full. I'm ready for basketball games and pep rallies and the things that make school a school.
But they recognize COVID has forever changed education.
Even post-pandemic, we're not coming back to what normal was, that we're going to use this as a way of being innovative and developing our practices.
These educators tell me they're looking forward to using the lessons they learned in 2020 to enhance education in the East. In Greene County, Caroline Boyer, 9 on Your Side.
And don't forget, every one of our specials for the State of series has its own podcast. Our Caroline Boyer explains what she learned and goes in depth of how schools have been impacted in Eastern North Carolina. Listen to the episode now at WNCT.com under the Features tab on the WNCT Podcast Network, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts.